Welcome to this episode. As I promised you last time, I'd like to continue from the spot where I last finished, so I'm going to load RAM with bugs, which I saved in the previous episode. And by the way, you can find the previous episodes in the description. So now I load this game. And this is not at the exact spot where I saved the last time, because I accidentally resaved the game when I tested my fixes, my bug fixes, so maybe it's 10 seconds later, but it's almost at the exact place. So, and let's see these bugs which I fixed. There were two bugs which were related to this game options window. These 3D dots, these passenger dots, which show how many people are at a given station, were visible through this game option window. But now, of course, it's not visible because the game options window is the most top window. Of course, I draw first everything which is in the 3D space, and then I draw this 2D window and all the 2D windows which are sprites. But accidentally I put the code for these passengers at the wrong place, so they were drawn after this game option sprite. So now the order is, I would say, perfect, so now it's not visible. The second bug related to the game options window was that if I change textures, for example to smooth, then the tiles at the depots did not change. Or they did change, but they changed back to the default tile, which was grass. So now if I hit OK, you see that these tiles also change. It's noticeable if I change to minimal and hit OK. Now you see that of course this tile and this other tile also changes. But let's go back to classic, I prefer this one. So, and another bug was that if I hit the info button, and now I use shortcut key again, I will talk about the shortcut keys in this video also. Now you see if I move this 3D pointer to this depot, now you see that it says correctly that it's home of one tram. Of course it says trams. I did not make any difference between one and more vehicles, so it always says one trams. Maybe I will update this and update the text like one tram or two trams, and also with the vehicles, because it says it's home of one vehicles, but it would be perfect if it would say home of one vehicle and home of two vehicles or 3-4 vehicles. But now it says the correct number. The bus stop and the tram stop, of course, when I place to a tram station, I don't really remember what the text was. Maybe it was this is a bus station, but of course this is a tram station. So of course now the program knows the difference between a tram station and a bus station. Of course it knew the difference between these, but the text was a bug, or the text had a bug.
By the way, if you like this channel, feel free to subscribe.
So these were 4 little bugs, and the 5th bug, the major bug, was that the priority between the vehicles did not work, so the vehicles collided into each other without a real collision. So now this is also fixed. To make sure we don't have to wait too long until these two vehicles meet each other, I now jump into this depot and buy two of these big bags, and I copy the route of this little bag and paste this route to these two new vehicles and hit go drive. So now we will have 3 vehicles, and maybe I buy a little bag also, and now we have 4 vehicles, and let's hope they will meet sooner or later, but I hope they meet sooner. I hope we don't have to wait too long, otherwise I'm going to speed up this recording. And now it's a great example, and another great example. It's not perfect because sometimes the cars stop at places where they shouldn't. I wouldn't say that this is perfect, but it's working. So let's see the shortcut keys, and now we have shortcut keys for this upper block. So I talked about this in one of the previous episodes, that these will be 2 blocks, so this bottom block is not related to the gameplay, and this upper block, which now has 4 still empty places, this upper block is related to the gameplay.
By the way, if you like what I do, please feel free to subscribe.
And we can choose between these with shortcut keys also. I plan to make shortcut keys for all buttons, but now I only have shortcut keys for this upper block for these 9 buttons. And the shortcut keys are simply the numbers. So this is the first, this is the ground editor, the second one is planting trees, third one is road construction, fourth one is tramway construction, the fifth is the buildings, the sixth one is handling stations, so bus stations and tram stations, the seventh and eighth one are related to the vehicles, to road vehicles and trams, and the ninth one are the bridges. So, and now as I am in this 3D mode, I don't have to switch between the 2D menu mode and the 3D in-game control space, which for some people are hard to get used to, and some people say that this is ridiculous, but I wanted to make it this way. So this is on purpose, that I have a 3D in-game space and that I move around in the 3D space, and if I want I can move around faster. I showed you these in one of the earliest episodes, but let's see how the shortcut keys work. Now if I hit the numbers from 1 to 9, of course I select that option on that given position. So if I hit 1, I did select the ground editor. And now I am at the first sub-item of the ground editor, which is edit area. If I want to select between the 4 sub-items at the first, at ground editing, I can hit the tab key, and now I am in the second place where I update only one corner. If I hit the tab key again, now I am at leveling. If I hit it again, now I am at level vertex. And if I hit tab key again, I am at level area again. If I hit number 2, of course I am at planting trees. And this is one difference between ground editing and all the other icons, that at these icons we have one option which is different than at ground editing. At ground editing we don't have any eraser because there is nothing to erase. But at the other options, for example planting trees, we have an option to create and an option to demolish, cut. At roads we also have an option to create and an option to erase the road. At tramways also we have 3 options to create tramways and an option to erase. At buildings we also have many options to build buildings and an option to demolish this building. So now, if I am at any of these options, for example planting trees, I can change between creating and demolishing with the tab key. And now I am at planting trees and I can plant trees, and I hit tab, I am at demolishing, so I can cut these trees also. And if I hit the tab key, I am back at creating. And to select between the sub-items for creating, I can hit the right mouse button, and so I can select between these 4 trees. Of course I plan to have around 8 or 10 trees in the game, but now I only have 4 trees. And this is the same for road construction. Let's hit number 3. So now I am at road construction and I can select between creating and demolishing the road with the tab key. So I hit tab key and I can dozer this road. But if I hit tab key, I can create it again. Of course, at road building we have turn, which is just one option at the menu. So if I hit the right mouse button now I am at turn. Of course, between the 4 different angles I can change between the 4 different angles with the R key. I talked about this at the episode about road construction. And of course with the right mouse button I can select the 3-way cross and the 4-way cross also. So this goes for the tramways also. And I can change between building and between creating and demolishing with the tab key, but I don't want to demolish this surface now because I don't want the tram to stop. And if I hit number 5, I'm at building buildings, and with the right mouse button I can walk through the different buildings now I have, and hitting the tab key I could demolish this building, but I don't want to. Number 6 is simple. I can use this to create any new stations. Of course this place is too close to another bus station. Yes, another bug. This should say this place is too close to another station, because this is not a bus station, this is a station, so another text which I need to update. Of course I can't create a station at this place because it's not suitable. Also it's too close to another station. Let's see it here. This place is not suitable for a station, for a bus station, because this is a stupid thing for a bus to stop at the place where trams also drive through. So number 7 and 8 are for handling the road vehicles and the trams. If I hit any of these, this is the option to find and enter a depot. So this is the option I choose when I want to enter any of the depots. So basically these two options, handling road vehicles and set roads and handling trams, is the same. So you can click any of these, you can click handle trams and you can jump into a road vehicle depot also. It's easier this way. And if I hit number 9, of course now I am at building bridges. I talked about this in the previous episodes. Of course, here we can select between the different bridge types with the right mouse button again, but maybe this is the option which I also like to use with the menu, because it's much more clearer this way to see that this is a stone road bridge where there is no road beneath possible. And this is a stone tram rail bridge where there is a road beneath possible. Of course, with the tab key we could change between demolishing and creating also, but now I don't want to demolish any of these. And as I told you, now I only have the shortcut keys for this upper block, for these 9 icons, and I also have a shortcut key to select none of these, and this is only available with a shortcut key. If I hit 0, so the number 0 at the top left of your keyboard, now you are in none of these options. And this is what I use to create these nice little videos. If I hit this slow auto rotation, and I can record some nice videos. So this is why I simply created this this function for the game. And I don't have any shortcut keys for the bottom block, only for info, which is this one, info. If I hit F1 on the keyboard, which is mainly help or info in many softwares, I am now in info mode, and this is what I use when I want to get some information about any of these tiles. Let's see whether we can find some bugs to fix. So this is a bridge. Okay, this is a bridge, this is fine. This is grass and water. This is also grass and water. This is grass. This is a building, this is a building. Let's see this. There is a vehicle here, and you can see the ID also. This is road and tram rail. This is correct also. This is a tram rail. This is a Scott spine. This is a 3-year Scott spine. It's 5 months old. This is a post office with 0 packages. Of course, there are no buildings around this post office, so it does not have any packages. Let's hit number 5, and let's create this building here, and let's hit F1 again and see when we will have some packages available at this post office. Now we have 1 package, but the bug carries that package. Let's see this depot, and let's see the information. This is the one which carries 1 package. Of course, it has a very big minus income and minus profit, because this is the first package which is carried in this map. And of course we don't have to, in the future I plan to create that function, so we don't have to jump into a depot to look for a vehicle. I started this to program this already, so if we are at any given spot and see that this is a vehicle, we will be able to click and to jump into this vehicle's information in a second. Now this doesn't work. It's I started this function to program this, but it doesn't work. But I will show you how it looks, but of course it's not finished. So if I click now we see that small little window on the top left. This will look different, so this instead of this small little window, we will have the default window which we see now. So for example, something like this. I'm not sure yet, but I just wanted to show you this, that we don't have to click every time and jump into this depot in the future if I finished this. So this is how I try to fix these bugs. Of course, this priority between the vehicles is not perfect yet, because these vehicles sometimes stop even when they don't have to. I will fix this also, and I will fix this small little text, and I hope we will meet in the next episode and that I can show you some new interesting stuff. And maybe I will try to fix these this little graphic bug with the trams, and by that I mean that these tramways are too far from each other. As you see now, maybe even the tram is too large, and also these tramways are too far apart from each other. So this is something which I also would like to fix for the next episode, and maybe I will create some shortcut keys for this whole bottom block. Maybe I will use F2 and F3 for loading and saving like in good old games, and maybe backspace for game options, or maybe backspace will be quitting game and F12 will be game options. I don't know yet. I don't know which shortcut key should be company info. Maybe the global dozer will be backspace. The global dozer is something which I'd like to talk about for a minute. The global dozer is similar to these options to demolish building and to erase rail and erase road. This is a global one, which is if you select this, you don't have to select any of those sub items, so this knows what at this given tile is. So if I move here, it knows that this is a tram rail and I want to dozer it. If I move here, it knows that this is a tree and I want to cut it. If I move here, it knows that this is a building and I want to demolish it. If I move here, it knows that this is a bus station. Oh, another bug, this is a station, so the global dozer does not know that this is a tram station, but it knows that this is a station and that I want to demolish the station now, and it also knows that this is a bridge which I want to demolish. I can move at any of these bridge tiles to demolish this bridge. So the global dozer is something which I use a lot. Of course, I cannot demolish this building because it is home of a tram. So, of course, I can demolish it because otherwise the tram could not come home. So, I think using and creating this global dozer made everything easier because I don't have to click build buildings and demolish building. I can click the global dozer. By the way, if you click on building and build buildings and you click demolish building, this will also activate the global dozer, so it's much easier. So all these options, for example erasing road, this also activates the global dozer. It's much easier this way. I could remove these sub options, but I think it looks much nicer if I have this little icon for demolishing buildings and I have this little icon to cut trees. Of course, if I select this, I don't just can cut trees, but I could also, oh no, this is just cutting trees, so I now told you a mistake. So it looks like now I don't activate the dozer. Let's see if this one activates the global dozer. Yes, this one activates the global dozer. Also this one also, and this one also. So it looks like if I select cutting trees, I don't activate global dozer, and now I know I forgot this, but this is on purpose, and now we saw a collision. So not everything is perfect, but I did some bug fixes, and of course, as I told you, this is just a alpha or beta version software, and I don't have any title yet, so if you have any ideas, feel free to leave a comment. But as you see, I fixed some bugs, but I don't think that there is any game without bugs, but as you see, we don't have to be ashamed of that if our game has some bugs. The goal is to fix these bugs, to find these bugs and to fix these bugs. So, this was enough for today. Thank you very much for watching my video. Subscribe if you don't want to miss the next episodes. I hope you like my game, my little games adventures. See you next time. Bye bye!